So we're gonna have a pretty unorthodox structure here, considering the exceptional circumstances of having to go over three entire shows. We had the liberty of only just going over the state of play last week. We have three of them. So what we're gonna do is normally we wait around the 30 or 40 minute mark to open the call-ins, but we're going to attempt to open them much earlier because I can only imagine the many thoughts we are all feeling about even just the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, I mean they were all very very harrowing. I think is the word sometimes. But yeah, please continue.
Now, I've actually gone back and looked at every announcement of all four of the major shows and sort of ranked them on if they were good announcements, if they might be good but we weren't given enough, if an announcement was, sort of a nothing burger, or if an announcement was just outright bad, it just looked bad. So, starting with the state of play, which we went through last week, there were only about two good announcements. I would say Rayman Legends Retold and the Dave the Diver spin-off game. It's about, like, the cook. And that's about it. The Stuntman game looked pretty cool. Ace Combat 8 could be good. I'm not an Ace Combat fan, so I can't say. But the show overall had
Oh, sorry. I believe there was a bit of a problem with your audio, but basically, Fricka was saying, state of play was good, and what rank did you just give it?
I gave it a D.
D for the state of play. I mean, yeah, that makes sense to me. It really wasn't very good at all. I mean, what was announced was that was Avengers was a remake. And other than that, it was I don't even remember. I mean, all the games sort of got in together. They were sort of all mashed together, and we talked about this last week. And above all else, I mean, Laffy was such a underwhelming last announcement, I thought. And not just that. I mean, the only games that I thought were really really good was the one that's on screen right now, as you said, the Dave the Diver one, which came. I'm just realizing now that I'm watching this, came at the same time as as the other game. But above all, I mean, there was the other game I liked, the Stuntman one. I thought that was a cool creative idea. I thought the Stuntman game was a cool creative idea because it looks cinematic and it has every right to look cinematic. But, I mean, you have more thoughts on this than I do, so... D, I would agree with D. I would even go E, honestly, because I just don't know. Even as a Sony fan, I mean, God of War is not even Sony's strongest franchise, if you really think about it. I kind of feel like, I don't know if you would agree with that.
Apparently, there was some stats that came out not too long ago. That sort of ranked what were the most popular announcements, sort of like, ratings, how many people discussed it, how many views it got on all the different kinds of social medias for the news. And it was pretty overwhelmingly the one that got the most attention was the God of War game, which is kind of... It's surprising, but it's also not surprising. The God of War series has a lot of pull nowadays. It is a big franchise, but I addressed many of my concerns last week of how I don't like the quality of the series and where it's heading in.
Yeah, no, and I mean, it's just such a milquetoast. I love that expression, right? It's just such a milquetoast franchise, and milquetoast is a pretty good meal, but not every day. And I mean, I'm looking at, I have the state playing right here, as we've seen, and look at this game. I mean, this looks like another trillion other games that I've seen. It's a bit ridiculous, the things that they show. Just no excitement whatsoever. It's really just not very good. But I mean, aside from that, it's just that it's just Sony. I guess Sony just didn't do a very good show. The show was like 2 hours. Was something like that.
It was 1 hour. But it felt like two.
It felt like two, generally. I mean, 2 hours. It felt way too long for what they had to show. But I mean, the viewers, the audience is at home has heard us talk about this so much. Let's go on to what happened the rest of the week. Why not?
After that, we had Summer Game Fest, and I did sort of have this feeling with the previous Game Awards. It really feels like Jeff Keighley is bunching all of the announcements together near the very beginning of the show, because most of the good announcements for Summer Game Fest, and there were good announcements, were near the start of the show. We had Resident Evil Veronica, and then boom, Alien Isolation 2, Gen Atlas, The Last Ronin, the Platinum Games Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, and then we had an announcement from Studio MDHR. But I did also get the feeling that while Resident Evil Veronica looked good, we have basically no idea what it's going to be. Same goes for Alien Isolation 2. Same goes for Gen Atlas. Same goes for The Last Ronin. And same goes for the supposed Cuphead sequel, which, let's be real, we're not seeing for another 3 years, knowing these guys. They're going to disappear, and then 3 years later, suddenly, here's the Cuphead sequel.
No, probably. But although it is exciting to say that it is in the works, which, if you ask me, is a better strategy than the other gaming giant, which we're going to talk about today, and I feel like you're going to have the same problems that I did. I mean, they sort of threw us a bone with that kind of rinky-dinky looking game, and it does look kind of rinky-dinky, but, it's nice to have something at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Part of me does wish that they made a new IP instead of making two more Cuphead games, because I feel like there's so much creative potential in Studio MDHR.
But hold on, did they ever specify that it was a Cuphead game?
They specified it was a new entry in the Cuphead series. Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know why I thought it wasn't, but keep going. I do understand what you mean, but I mean, they invested so much money in the IP. I guess they got to sort of make it pay it off. So before they start getting B teams to do other stuff.
The show also had a lot of nothing burger announcements. A lot of what one of our friends has coined as Wooslop.
That's true.
Sort of Chinese-made games that are Souls-like, sort of imitating the success of Black Myth Wukong, and they all sort of just blend together. And there were a lot of them, especially in Summer Game Fest specifically. And then they sort of ended out the show with the third part of Final Fantasy VII, which is coming a lot sooner than I expected it would be. I thought we saw like 1 or 2 more years out, considering how long the first and second part took to make. And a lot of people are not happy with that announcement. I'm sort of on the train of I'm going to buy that game because I found Final Fantasy VII Rebirth to be so funny. It's just such a funny game, and I need to find out how they could possibly salvage that story.
I remember watching you play the second entry, and I mean, our friends and we'd be so frustrated every time you booted it up, especially because it doesn't even seem like there's. I don't think I saw a moment of gameplay. I just saw mini games and side content. I feel like was the whole thing. It was really bizarre. Such a bizarre video game, I feel like.
So yeah, I'd say for the show, it had some good stuff. Most good stuff was near the start of the show. So, because it just had so many like kind of poor quality announcements nobody cared about that sort of stuff the rest of the 2-hour runtime, and it sort of dragged on after a bit. So I'd say it's sort of like a C plus, maybe a B minus. What do you think?
I would go with a B minus actually. I mean, there weren't that many games that I was personally interested in, but I mean, how long was the show again? It was a pretty long show.
It was 2 hours. 2 hours.
But those 2 hours felt like one, unlike a certain Sony. And not only that was it. I mean, we're looking right now. This is the Resident Evil trailer that's on, which is always exciting, and it's a remake of a game that most Resident Evil fans have as a bad game. So it's exciting that it's getting a new treatment, right? Not only that, I think Jeff Keighley. I mean, hate him or love him. Fuck you if you hate him. You gotta love the guy. I mean, he's such a good entertainer. He has such a good presence on the stage, and in fact, it's an actual stage, and it reminds us all of that E3 thing. And it was constant trailer after trailer, and I felt that like there were good, releases altogether sprinkled out. Nothing too exciting, but B minus I feel like would be the sort of right grade, just because it was so entertaining to watch.
Right. After that, we had the Xbox show, and while I do think many of us came out of that show, myself included, really impressed with what they had to show. Not to say Xbox shows have never been good, but they've this one especially had a lot of big announcements, especially from Sega. But when I actually looked at the announcements there, we got a long introduction, just the Gears of War gameplay at the very start, which I don't think any of us cared about. Like, they sort of just dragged on the beginning part. They showed some gameplay for the new Fable game, which I'll be frank, it doesn't look very good. We got Persona 6 announced, but it's also like that trailer showed nothing. That is just a nothing trailer, that Persona 6.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't really. I was just green. It was just green. That's the only thing I
It
remember.
was
It was green.
It's like we're not stupid. We're not stupid. We know that Persona 6 is coming. We knew it was being developed. So it's like, okay, fine. You've sort of confirmed that it's coming, but you've shown nothing. Like, this is just you've just like you. They showed Persona 4 Revival, like actually a lot of gameplay for the remake, and that looks bad. That looks.
I wouldn't know. I'm not a big Persona guy, as you know. It's just I've never really thought children were that attractive to like Persona enough. Not to say that every single fan, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just joking here, just doing a little joke.
Yeah,
it's what we do at the show. But what I'm gonna say is those portraits, the original ones already looked ugly as balls. I don't care what anyone who tells me otherwise is in Nostalgia City, USA. The new portraits that they got look so much worse somehow, and not only that, they somehow removed all did they go on Photoshop in every single environment and like grayscaled it or something? Like what happened? What did they do to it? It looks ridiculous.
The other big game that that was pretty exciting was to see the new Spyro game, which I was anticipating for a while. They were teasing it, but they also only showed like 3 seconds of gameplay footage, so we don't know much about it. So when it comes to a game at the Xbox show that we actually saw like proper footage and it actually looked good, I would say is the Crazy Taxi game, which is shocking considering how much I liked that show. And I look back and I see, well, most of the games that got big announcements, we didn't really see much of. I mean, Crazy Taxi looks good.
Crazy Taxi looks so good that, as you've seen, for the past week after its announcement, I decided to I decided to legally purchase the GameCube version, and I've just been playing it in fact, I got an S rank, which was, you told me, is like, oh, that's sort of the thing you do, and then you're done with the game, right? And I just kept playing it until I got a first grade, which I did today. And I still think I'm not done with the game. It's just such a fun game to like boot up and just play. It
is a lot of fun, yeah.
It's such a fun game.
You gotta play more Dreamcast games, man. There's good games on there.
I'm sure there are, but I mean, I like my arcade games. I've always liked my arcade games, and that sort of just and I love driving games too. And the moment
I have something to inform you about the Dreamcast. A lot of those are arcade games.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but please continue.
Now, so for the Xbox show, I'd say I go for a B- as well. The same score as Summer Gamefest.
Yeah, I mean, B- is, I feel, appropriate for Xbox, especially because Xbox has, like, if you know Xbox, you know what to expect, right? You're gonna get a lot of shooters, a lot of what I like to dub American games, which are like, the most there's this thing about Xbox games that is just so American, right? But yeah, I mean, you expect that, and aside from that, you got some good stuff. You got Spyro, which I'm not a big fan of, like, at all, to be fair, but it's nice to see it. It's sort of nice to see it. It was very surprising you had it on your bingo, Toys for Bob, and everyone was making fun of you that it made no sense.
like their next game was on the way. It was gonna be released soon, and they've been teasing Spyro for a while. It made sense. They went independent. They're great developers. They're great people. And Spyro does have a lot of draw. Like this is like the Spyro trailer has like 10 million of views.
There's
like
so
shut up.
There's so much nostalgia somehow. I don't know. I've never met anyone who's played Spyro, but apparently everyone absolutely loves Spyro. Apparently Spyro must have saved people's mothers like in fires or something. I don't understand where all this popularity came from because I'm not sure it was from the games. I don't know if it's the TV show Skylanders. I do not remember Spyro having this sort of pull.
All right, now we'll move on to the final show of the week, the Nintendo Direct. Okay, so it's been 2 days, and normally 2 days would be enough for me to sort of cool down, relax, and give a more fair judgment on something more generally. I am still mad about that Direct. And you know how I was during that Direct.
No.
As it was going on the whole times. You guys did not like the Direct as it was going on, but I was like, don't worry guys. We have 30 minutes left of the Direct. Don't worry guys. We have 20 more minutes. Come on. There's no need to worry. We have 10 more minutes. They can still pull this back. They're gonna do hit after hit after hit. They're gonna bring it back. They're gonna have fantastic final announcements. And then what? They show Dustbloods. No new details. They show Xenoblade. No details. They show Ocarina of Time. 2 seconds of footage. No release date. We want to know more about your games. And what did they show us? A 5-minute trailer of Rhythm Heaven, which comes out in less than a month. Here's some achievements for a limited time that nobody's gonna do. Here's a goddamn video of Koizumi bomb wrestling, and he doesn't even win. Didn't even have a release date for fucking Minecraft.
He doesn't even win. No, it's so sad him not winning, honestly. And I mean, I'm looking at the Rhythm Heaven, and I'm a big Rhythm Heaven fan, and I'm a Rhythm Heaven fan, but I've known about this game for so long. This was not needed. Like, look at it. It looks awesome. I love those little frog guys, but was this really necessary?
But you don't open with Direct with that. It comes out in a month. We know this. I was already gonna buy these. Like, okay, the Direct ends. We have a Nintendo Treehouse. I didn't even bother watching the Nintendo Treehouse, but I want to go look after the fact. Do you know what the Nintendo Direct showed? I thought the Treehouse was at least gonna have gameplay of the new Switch Sports. No, it's gameplay of Star Fox, Rhythm Heaven, and Splatoon Raiders. Games I was already going to buy because you've shown them 50 times already. You did not have to fill up 40% of that Direct with stuff. I've been like, you made an app to send these news. This is not what you put in a Direct. You made an app for these sort of shitty, useless side announcements. I don't care. This is not what I want to see in a Direct. I want to see new stuff. And then when we actually get new stuff, you don't show us anything.
If I could take the reins for a bit, though, I mean, this is all right. I think you know what? I've been thinking about this Direct so much, and people are like, oh, Kingdom Hearts, oh, Xenoblade. I have to say, I think this was a great Direct for people who speak Japanese. I think this, for people in Japan, this must have been one of the most, like, toe-curling Directs of all time. But these are not games that are popular over in the West. I mean, none of them. Xenoblade, I mean, is Kingdom Hearts big here? I feel like it's not as big as it is in Japan. In Japan, it's pretty big. I know that much. It's just, I feel like every big release was some, was written with kanji in mind, not really the ABCs, you know what I mean? It was just a bit of a ridiculous Direct because of that, and I think Nintendo has got to be kidding with us, right? And the big announcement is Ocarina of Time.
They don't Okay, Dustbloods and Ocarina of Time are the big holiday games. This is the biggest games of the year. We have no release date and no footage. We have nothing for these games. Oh, but there's going to be a playtest for Dustbloods in the summer. Okay, but when's the game? Like, this is just a sign that you don't know when this game. So you're telling me if we have this playtest and this playtest doesn't go well, you're just not going to release the game this year? Like, are you just not convinced on a release this Ocarina of Time? I'm not waiting until a September direct for you to show details on this game, like a month before launch. Are you insane?
No, yeah, it was a bit ridiculous. It was so ridiculous, and not only that, I mean, it's just no gameplay, and then I mean, they hired that man from all we can tell for Ocarina of Time. I mean, that was the first thing that I
I
heard.
still have hope. I still have hope. Even after everything, I still have hope that the game is gonna look at least good when we see
And the-
gameplay in action.
Yeah, I think it probably will, but I just think Nintendo, like, are we back to the Wii U era where Nintendo is absolutely deaf to what's going around them? We cannot be doing this. We cannot. I mean, the 3DS remake is such a beautiful game. Couldn't we have just done that? Did we need the like super texture on Link with for some reason like what is I mean it looks like Twilight Princess. Just remake Twilight Princess if you wanted to go with that art style. Don't go and touch Ocarina of Time and do that to it. And you know what Ocarina of Time remake means, right?
Uh, I mean,
Yeah, I mean it means this isn't the last Zelda remake we're gonna see in these 5 years because
I don't.
I mean but after Ocarina of Time they have all the
let's
assets.
get the Majora's Mask
Let's
remake.
let's get the Majora's Mask remake. We have all the assets. Why not? Like come on, that's a bit ridiculous. You gotta agree with me on here. It's just a bit ridiculous. This is not what they needed. And suddenly that guy on. I mean, it is incredible. This is their biggest console launch because you could argue it's the Switch, but no, I'd say it's the Switch 2 because the Switch 2 has to carry on its back the legacy of the Switch 1 and try and surpass it, which, if all sales numbers are indication, it seems to be succeeding.
This has been such a weird year. Like, okay,
What? Wait, before that, how do we not have Mario? Not even a little announcement? Could they not just say, "Hey, we're working on something," which we know they are? But does Nintendo not know that's enough to make their stock like, skyrocket into the moon, and all their investors would be happy, and all the fans would be, "Yay, Mario, yippee!" Could we not just do this? Is this so hard? Even if you say it's releasing in 2030, I don't care. Like, are we stupid?
because we don't want to announce games too far away from when they're gonna release. We don't want to make fans wait for too long. All I've done this whole year is a wait, because all starting from February, I was waiting for the February direct, and it didn't come. I was waiting for news on Rhythm Heavens, for Toon Raiders, for Fire Emblem, for Dustbloods, for all of these games I was waiting for news on. We barely knew anything about them. And then for Splatoon Raiders, random day on Nintendo Today. The Rhythm Heaven randomly put the release day on Nintendo Today. I'm waiting and waiting for Shadow Drop announcements. This is not. This is. Okay. This is such a weird schedule of games. These are all kind of like. None of these feel like headlining games.
No, not a single one. And I mean, I've been like, not a single one feels like that. It's so weird. It's so bizarre. And I've been. I don't know what you're gonna say, and I'm sorry for interrupting, but I've been saying this for like months. I've been saying this for, if not months, a couple of weeks. I think Nintendo is trying to like. How would you even put this? Like, fake inflate their like other series to be more popular by sort of ignoring Zelda and Mario, so people sort of just buy the other ones. Does that make sense? Like, it feels like what they're doing is like purposefully not releasing these games that would do really well to get people to buy the other games. Is this not what it feels like?
Yeah, they're trying to do revivals of Star Fox, a revival of Rhythm Heaven, an actual good Yoshi game this time, and putting sort of the secondary series like Splatoon and Fire Emblem more in pivotal positions. And like, going back to the whole like February Direct thing. I was such a big advocate for there needing to be a February Direct because I felt like, okay, we have so many games that we know are coming this year, but we barely know anything about them. This is a perfect time to have a Direct in February, and put the details for this game. But then they put out all the details for these games, not in a Direct, but on Nintendo Today. So when we arrive at the June Direct, I expected, okay, you've already put out all the details for these games. We don't need to see them anymore. And they had very substantial positions in the Direct, and they were the whole of the Treehouse. Why? Like, we had a partner showcase in February, and I'll be honest, this June Direct felt like a partner showcase as well. And probably it's the best partner showcase they've ever done.
That's the best. And especially if you speak Japanese.
Like, the third-party announcements were crazy. Like, so many just huge games coming. Kingdom Hearts 4 hasn't been seen in 4 years, and it gets to be shown off with gameplay at a Nintendo Direct. How special is that? But it's like, sure, these third-party things are extremely cool. These aren't what carry a Nintendo Direct. They can carry a partner showcase, definitely. It would make for a fantastic partner showcase, but you come to a Nintendo Direct not just for these third-party announcements, but also intersperse these great first-party announcements, and we didn't get them. Even when they showed substantial footage of Xenoblade, they did it so nonchalant, and they barely went into detail of it. They just showed they showed a long trailer of it without, much else attached other than saying, like, oh, this is a new start for the Xenoblade series. What does that mean?
And
we'll never know. And we're probably not going to know until next year on a random day in February when they put some details on Nintendo Today. Mark my words. They're just not going to say anything about it.
And it's not just that. It's like, for the first-party Nintendo fans, I think the big problem, and see, this usually Nintendo makes decisions that don't make sense with the fans, but make sense with the investors, right? And I'm fine with that. It's a company, that's their main priority. There's no way this makes sense with the investors, because what the hell, as a consumer, are we supposed to look forward to for the rest of the year? I mean, there are 3 to 4 games releasing until August, right? That are the first-party Nintendo games. And after that,
it's a great lineup.
It's a great lineup, but there's nothing after that. Why did they pile it on all of here? There's just nothing to look forward to after August, is there? Like, I generally don't understand. Zelda's, it was a teaser. No Mario,
which I don't know what.
No Mario Kart DLC, no Yoshi DLC, no. I mean, they've done all the IPs suddenly this year. All the IPs have done. I generally don't know what to expect aside from the playtest. Who God knows where that is, right? Or God knows what, who, where, when.
It's probably put in a grave in like Lithuania.
God, I hope it says a better resting place than Lithuania. Honestly, I do. I just don't understand. Like, how can they maintain a good release schedule like this? There's suddenly it's like a pump and dump. I don't know what's going on. They're just piling on games. It is ridiculous everything they're doing.
Nintendo's very stubborn when it comes to sort of sticking to that plan. They have a plan set in place and they don't go off that. But this is a situation where you have to go off plan. Your console is going up in price. Memory prices are going up. And that, when that price increase starts? At the start of September. And you are waiting. And, this is sort of the time where you get people excited about your console because the price is going up, to give hope that while the price is going up, there is fantastic software coming out. Not just, before September, but long after it as well. So but instead of doing that, instead of presenting this great software, they present the software we already know about, although we've already seen extensively, and show nothing about the ones that we don't know anything about.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Fricka, I think we've sort of exhausted our our opinions here. Yeah. I mean, we're going to start saying the same thing over and over again. If you haven't yet, join our Discord. there it should be on our bio so that you may join in the call-ins, because as we have our phone right here, the call-ins are right open right now. If we could get our first caller in.
All right. Welcome into the call, Gaming Fruit Bat. Hello, Gaming Fruit Bat. Welcome.
Hello, I'm the gamer. I'm not gonna do that voice this whole time. I keep doing bits. I don't want to do a bit today.
Yeah, don't do a bit today. I mean, you can do a bit. Could you actually? Can you just do that voice just for a moment?
Okay.
Just one line. Just one line.
Okay, I'm the gamer.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, please go on.
Well, these are all fair ratings, but my rating across the board is F because there was no Ace Attorney 7.
It's real, true, big if true. I mean, what the hell, dude? I was sorry. I've just completely stolen the thing from you, but I have to air this out to the public and not just to you. Yesterday, you and I, Fruit, we were discussing what could they possibly be doing. It's a visual novel. It does not take that long. Like what can they be doing? What can they be doing, Fruit?
Like multiple of, for those who don't know, the Ace Attorney 7, there was a Capcom data leak in mid to late 2020, maybe, where information was revealed about the Great Ace Attorney port, a smattering of other games, and there was also in a PowerPoint sort of a slideshow thing, information about the next Ace Attorney game, Ace Attorney 7. I believe what they said, it was, I don't remember which quarter, but there was an announcement or a release date for 2021, which we've shot way past that.
No, it's way.
Like, those were already, like, pre-COVID plans, probably, instantly smashed. But, like, you think about games that, what other games in there? The Resident Evil 4 remake was mentioned briefly in that leak. Street Fighter 6. Those games came out on time. Maybe like a fiscal year late.
Yeah, I mean they are.
Ace Attorney 7 has nothing since then.
I mean, they're sort of the priority. I get it. Street Fighter and you know, and Resident Evil. That's the big cash crop. But I mean, it's a visual novel.
It's a visual novel.
Like, what is taking this long? Sorry. Anyway, F because of no Ace Attorney 7. But regardless of that,
I come to think about how they opened each show. The Sony State of Play opened with the Wolverine game, which I'm like, maybe semi-interested in. But I can sort of feel that there's like what is this sort of air about it. Then for the Summer Gamesfest, the first game was the Resident Evil Veronica remake. I'm personally very excited for it. So are many others. Then it was for the Xbox Game Show, the new Gears of War, which I don't think any of us are too judged about, but like, I don't know. I guess someone must be into it. And just Rhythm Heaven. I'm not gonna diss Rhythm Heaven. Rhythm Heaven's cool. That's your that's your opening.
Like even just started with Xenoblade, but
just started with Xenoblade, yes.
But I think their logic was, okay, we're gonna start with Switch 1 games, and then we're gonna continue. We're gonna then talk about Switch 2 games, and Rhythm Heaven was the only game on that presentation that was only Switch 1. So, I guess, but have a little showmanship, guys. Break the structure just to have a more entertaining showcase. Come on.
I would even say the most consistently attention-grabbing show was the Xbox one.
I would disagree with that, actually.
Because I just like the Game Awards. I thought started very strong. The Cuphead Studio, Alien, Resident Evil, and then what? And then what for like 2 hours?
Nothing.
I mean, but
if you don't agree, then what would you kind of do?
I see what you mean, but I just think Jeff Keighley is that entertaining, and the whole thing and the whole way it is structured, the the actual show itself, I thought was quite entertaining. Actually, I did not feel bored at a particular event. Obviously, you had the Wooslav and whatnot, but I just think even regardless of games, it's just done in such a way where you don't have a game for too long. You have those entertaining bits that Jeff does, and he's so good at hyping stuff up. Even, I mean, famously, the whole bit with him is he hypes stuff up, and then it's like, oh, it's just like the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. But I can see how you'd think the Xbox is the most entertaining one. I just
in the sense of it kept me grabbed with interesting things to pull out, like. Even something is good even if I go, okay, I don't know if I'd play this, but this is big news. This looks like something good. If there was a new Mario game, I don't think I would get on that. But that's whoa, new Mario, okay. And it's just you're not getting that often. I don't think in some of these other shows.
I do feel like we hold the Nintendo Direct under a little bit more scrutiny because we're so used to Nintendo Directs being some of the most flashy and explosive
and to be fair,
shows.
And to be fair, we're Nintendo fans. We care more about the games that are there. So
like the Xbox show started with Gears of War E-Day and ended with Call of Duty. Like come on, these aren't good ends and slots either compared to the Nintendo Direct.
I think I just wouldn't know, but I agree. I mean, it's Call of Duty. Who's like this is it's like being excited for the clock to tick. Like, what are we excited about? It's just, we know it's going to happen. Why are we finishing with this?
Yeah, especially nowadays where it's like, I'm not saying Call of Duty was ever art, but now it's like the fucking MRE supply truck coming in.
It's not even, like, it's, honestly, yeah. I'm glad you said MRE because, I mean, whatever you think of, compared, I mean, Xbox, what's it called, Summer Gamesfest and Nintendo Direct, we're good compared to the state of play because really, let's just remember, in comparison, the state of play felt like eating a bunch of magnets and going on the MRI machine. It's just not very. It just was not good.
Not
at all.
a lot doing, and things do also depend, like what you care about. I don't give a monkeys about the Final Fantasy VII remake, but that's like a huge moment for people who are into the series, people who have like played along, like Fricka. It's like, different people enjoy different things. But just being able to see if something is like, okay, that's a big announcement. That's like, well, okay. And I just, whether it speaks to broad appeal or not, because otherwise, like, you could have like very polarizing ending, like, because I don't know. I feel like we set up like, oh, that's the last thing. They got to show something good. When was the last time they've showed something good at the end?
I mean, it happened. It's happened. I mean, in Nintendo, it tends to happen. I mean, you had what? You had Zelda for a couple of years there, where it was usually at the end, especially when.
They were showing Tears of the Kingdom at the end of a direct for 2 years straight.
Hey guys, sorry, we need an extra year.
I guess that is sort of how it went, but I mean, it's not. I feel like they usually show good things at the end.
Splatoon
Raiders. They had Splatoon Raiders. The first time it showed up, and it was like this desert thing. And I remember we were on call.
It was Splatoon 3.
Was it Splatoon 3?
The desert thing, yeah.
All right, Splatoon 3, whatever. And I remember Fruit. You went, oh, is this Shin Megami Tensei? And it didn't look like.
I thought it was like SMT5 or something.
Yeah, and then it was Splatoon. And everyone was just like, oh my god, a new Splatoon. And not to say that it was the best reveal of all time. It was sort of it was a new game, and we hadn't heard nothing about it. I don't think any leakers had sort of gone through it. And can we talk about that for a moment? I mean. Leakers. I mean, that's show ruining. That is a show ruining practice.
If I had walked into that the Summer Game Fest knowing that the first thing to be revealed was a Code Veronica remake, I don't know if it would have had the same like flash, like, oh man, it would be like, oh yeah, and especially for the Nintendo Direct to be sort of generally dull. And then it's something like, yeah, we knew that was coming. Okay.
Yeah, no,
almost everything has from all of the shows feels like it was leaked. Like Spyro, we got a couple leaks before that. Persona 6, we got some leaks, and
You-
especially in
You
especially in the
said you
case,
thought that
yeah.
they only put out a Persona 6 trailer because of the leaks, didn't you?
Yeah, they did that. They did that with the first Persona 4 remake, with the Persona
They
4 remake
actually? I
last
didn't.
year at the last Xbox show, and it was just a nothing trailer as well for the Persona 4 remake.
Oh god.
I mean, it is so bizarre, and I mean the lengths these guys goes. I mean, every time you come to me and you come with the Rockstar guy, there's some guy apparently who is
The guy, there's a leak. There's a proven leaker. He leaked. He leaked that Furukawa was gonna eat a sandwich, and he did. So this guy must be right.
It's like he's
sorry,
he's recording O2 levels, the amount of cigarettes, and like like monitoring the car.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're
It's
talking
Rockstar.
about. I mean, there's a guy outside of Rockstar's office who is metering the oxygen levels, the type of shoes people who are entering the office are wearing, to
Like tracking each car that went in or out, if they were executives or not.
if they were executives or not, and like what was it, the cigarette butts to measure the level of
stress levels. Stress levels.
This guy's insane.
Decibel levels.
I mean, these guys go to any length to do this. Like, this is ridiculous, and it's like, you know what it is? It's poly-market CIA pizza ordering metering. It is the guy that is outside of the CIA or whatever, seeing if they're ordering, how much pizza they're ordering, right? Like, how this is ridiculous. It's a video game. What are we doing here? It is not this serious. It just is not this serious.
Now, with the Nintendo Direct, a couple months ago, we had Nate the Hate, a leaker, and he came forward and leaked the whole thing about how there was going to be a new Star Fox, which was then confirmed. They leaked that there was going to be a Nintendo Switch sports game, which was then confirmed. And they leaked that there was going to be an Ocarina of Time remake, which was then confirmed. And this guy said, later down the line, "Oh, I didn't leak everything. I still, there's still some surprises around that corner. There's still much to be revealed that I haven't talked about." Turn to the Direct. Nothing. Everything that he leaked was everything in that Direct. The only thing he did not leak was Xenoblade, and we're not even going to see that for another year. So, this guy leaked everything. There was nothing to be surprised about. He leaked everything, and genuinely, I hope they get that guy.
He hopes the ninjas get him, dude.
Dude, that's it. But it's not even. Didn't he go on Twitter after also and said, "Oh, was he not the guy who Scott DeWaz replied to saying I didn't even like the Direct that much? Is this not the same?"
No.
What? Wait. Okay, I thought it was the same guy. They have a similar.
No,
name
it's
or
just
something.
some random guy who didn't like it.
Did they not have the similar name? I feel like they had a similar name. Either way, it's like this guy. Like what? Like, come on. Like, do you not have a day job? What is this? I don't understand. I don't understand. I wish I had that amount of dedication and time to anything. Honestly, that these guys are so dedicated to leaking.
That guy's mother must make a ton of money.
His mother.
Well, how else is he going to afford the parabolic microphones he must be using?
It is ridiculous. How did they even get these leaks? It is such a, because it's illegal, right? This is espionage.
Yes.
It's got to be like spying or something.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just there's very few like announcements that we never like hear murmurs about right before.
Fruitbat, are there any games that you are particularly looking forward to from the Game Fest?
I am. I want to talk. This is gonna sound like it's a conspiracy theory. It's not. I don't think this is true. I think things are certain ways in these award shows because the people who make them planned it that way, and it wasn't very good. Okay, but in a sort of spiritual sense, it feels like there's this sort of cosmic sabotage against games that end up
Cosmic
like
sabotage.
It's just like if you get something good, it's almost measured by something bad about it.
Are you?
Like
I think I know what you're talking about.
I think you know what I'm going to lead to. Like again, Ocarina of Time remake. It looks kind of Headless Man, and we don't know when it's coming out. They a game I've this is this isn't the first time we've talked about Stranger
No.
Heaven. It won't be the last. It will not be the last.
Whoa! That was not needed.
Ah.
Completely unnecessary, Frick. That was just not necessary. Sorry, continue. Stranger than Heaven.
A game that since there's been much footage, it looks very
Oh, no.
cool, very stylish. A very innovative combat system for an RPG game. Looks, sounds great. And I'm very hopeful and happy for it in my heart. And then that maniac Yokoyama wheels it out on stage. It's Snoop Dogg dragging in Tupac's corpse on a gurney.
It is. It was. It was.
And
It was so
it's the-
bizarre. It was just. So
And then it's
bizarre.
the only thing people could talk about. People who I know who aren't like focused on this game. I've seen like, oh, you know, Tupac is being revived in this game, and then there's this whole discussion about did his family okay? Oh, the executive of his estate okayed it. The executive of his estate is maybe a scumbag, and then there's this whole other dimension to it. And then there's the part that we don't get, a Japanese side. There's a famous Japanese screen actor who passed, whose likeness is used in this game.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and in Japan, this whole thing is happening on the obverse over there. Like, why are you using this man's likeness? Is this okay? Like, if you got the permission from his family, I love that game. It looks amazing. It almost it feels like that joke of like the guy talking to someone and he's got his friend behind him who looks nutty and he's like, okay man, I know he's fucking crazy, but he helped me through a really tough time, so you just gotta respect it. I know he's got Tupac's like carved skin on him, but you just gotta, it's gonna be great.
The
Trust me.
Skinwalker, the Tupac Skinwalker. No, it was so good. It was so good when they revealed Tupac, because the only thing I could think about was our conversation here before that. Because immediately, I mean, you when I complained about Snoop Dogg, you were like, "No, it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be awesome."
I got really mad the first time you said that maybe the use of actors in this game was indicative of something, and I felt really conflicted about it, and then Tupac walks out of the shadows, and I'm like, oh no.
Okay, Frick, I think I have a little idea on what we could do here, which is gonna make a bit of. But I'm sure, Fruitbat, you have such great opinions. Why don't we get the other caller who's waiting on? We can do a little bit of a menage a quatre, if I may put it that way.
Yeah,
Perhaps that's not the best way
is.
to put it, but why don't we get the other caller in?
Sure.
By all means.
Welcome in our second caller, Sunny Modern Sonic fan.
Yes. Hello. It is. I'm on the verge of a mental breakdown. I'm sorry. It's been a terrible few weeks for myself.
Is it because I may imagine? Is it because there was no Sonic?
I mean, there was some Sonic, but like you just gotta think about it. It's anniversary year, 35th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog, Lord and Savior, right? And we have four shows coming up. Nintendo, I mean, it's not going to be a Sony, but Xbox Showcase and the Jeff Keighley Extravaganza. We get there, we get the 35th anniversary reel, and it's Sonic Racing. There was leaks.
No.
There
Sonic
was leaks
Sonic
before
Pico
this.
Park. Sonic Pico Park.
What is a Pico Park?
What the?
Like,
No,
what-
I gotta agree. What the hell is a Pico Park?
Extravaganza.
What is a Pico?
Fantastic-
There's Sonic
fantastic
Racing, which
anniversary
came out
celebration.
last year. Before that, there was what was it? There was a bunch of leaks, not from the Nate fella, from some other guy, but they were saying there was going to be a Frontiers Definitive Edition, which I love Sonic Frontiers. You know, best game ever made. I love its polish. It's so polished. But there was just nothing. No Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition. I don't know what's going on with that. It was leaked and then nothing. just Sonic Racing.
Okay, but if I may take the reins a bit, and I'm going to take an opinion that isn't even mine, but Fricka, you often say to me and to some other people, for example, this year is Mario's 40th, right?
Yeah.
And you often say, people will say, oh, they have to do something, it's Mario's 40th. And you often say, oh, the hell, they don't need to do a game just because it's the anniversary of a game. And I mean, do you really think Sunny, is that how you pronounce it? Sunny Modern Sonic Fan.
Sunny Monday Sonic. Yeah, yep. Sunny Modern Sonic
Sunny
Fan.
Modern Sonic Fan. Do you really think it's necessary for them to rush out? And this is the Sonic team we're talking about. Do you really want the Sonic team to rush out a game onto this earth like an angel birthing out the Shaitan to doom us with another subpar crappy Sonic that will never be as funny as Sonic 06?
Sonic 06 is not as bad as people say it is. Like, come on.
Oh, you go.
Frippa, do you have an opinion on that? I'd love to hear that.
The Sonic franchise is one that what is the quote I'm thinking of? It does not put out bad content lightly. It heaves it out with great force.
It heaves it out with great force. We have a couple of poets in this budget right now. Yeah.
And I just maybe they're working on something good. I heard from some compatriots that there was I believe this person was later discredited, but it was enough to stir the pot. The idea of Sonic getting a new model. Ooh. And then what comes in the show? Godzilla and Rei Ayanami from Evangelion. That's your lot, Sonic fans.
Which was really funny, but Sunny Modern Sonic Fan, I'm sorry, but tell me, do you really think that you are owed a game by Sega right now, a Sonic game?
Well, it's like the only franchise that Sega has, right? I mean, what the hell is a Golden Axe, Crazy Taxi? You don't know what that is. I'm here for Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog only, Lord and Savior. But I can't help but mention that you said that they, what was it, shat out bad games with great force? And that's just
something along those lines, a bit less crass, but yeah, something.
Like I'm looking for an apology right now. That's just, you're making me cry.
Can we get an apology?
Take it easy.
Can we get an apology? Can we get a live apology?
Apology in my foot.
Why? Could you explain why you're not apologizing?
Because I think
You're making me cry.
Sonic Team are just, they can't steer the ship.
They can't.
Like what?
They can't steer the ship.
People who are waiting on a good Sonic game, I feel like they're playing rock paper scissors. Oh, this time, pop, pop, pop. Oh, or like a bad playing the roulette. Playing one number at the roulette table, waiting for it to come up. 24, come on, 24.
All right, before we go to break, Sonic fan, please make the case for your apology.
Well, he's just hurt my feelings. Like Sonic the Hedgehog, he said that they shat out games with great force. But you know, there's amazing games out there like hold on.
All right. What happened there?
I don't want to be an asshole, but I can't be seen on a show like this anymore.
And it appears he has left. Sunny Modern.
That is unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. That is actually very unfortunate. I mean, it's one of the most unfortunate things we've had happen in this show so far. I mean, that was really just not necessary. Sunny Modern Sonic fans, before we head to break, you have about 30 seconds. Anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's about it.
All right, but don't leave us because if I have it correct, Fricka, we are going to continue discussion in the second half, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Anyway, so call-ins will still be open, and we'll see you in a moment.